All right, so I'm officially starting now. So I wrote down some stuff that I want to do on the stream. So as you can see from my camera here, I have some live visuals. So I've always wanted to I've done visuals live a bunch of times over the past few years, sort of in my house or in my basement. Basically using this thing called Next Drop, which uses is basically Milk Drop, which is based on Geist, which is based on something basically from Winamp. So what this does is it's just like is a VJ capable interface for what is essentially a Winamp visualizer. But it's cooler than that because in Resolume, what I'm able to do is take multiple instances of it and then sort of like mix them together. So right now what I have going on is there are two. Let me check my audio here just to make sure. Yeah, you guys can hear me. I'm sure it'll work. Anyway, you can take two instances of this thing. So let's see, where are those instances? So you've got these little windows, which are kind of like preview windows of this thing, of these visualizers. And you can sort of mix between them. So right now I've got, let's see here, lines. And then this has some sort of brightness on it. So yeah. So basically right now what I have is two different visualizers on top of one another, kind of mixing together using this mask. So this top scene is a mask. And what I would like to do today is set up a way for me to actually control the visuals with my Chaos Pad. So I've got this here Chaos Pad. If you've seen my other streams, you've seen it there. I'm using Endless, which uses an XY pad, and the XY pad controls the effects. So I figured, why not just use my Chaos Pad? It'll feel like I'm using a Chaos Pad instead of using just a touch screen. And it really does make a difference because the thing just feels super sick to use, even though I don't know what it is about it, even though it's literally the same thing as using a touch screen, except something about maybe having the physical boundary of the Chaos Pad. Maybe it's the lights, maybe it's the way the lights are so responsive. Maybe it's the way that it is read. Maybe it's the way that it makes a cool pattern when you're not using it. You can do other stuff with it too, like it's got motion recorder where you can it'll record your gesture and play it back, and that actually works with MIDI. So that actually is a feature that you can use when you're just using it as a MIDI controller. So it actually is a little bit more than just an XY pad. And then the other cool feature is that it can send program change messages from its sort of jog wheel here, and also through those preset program buttons. And so I haven't actually mapped those to anything yet, but I could with Max for Live map those. So that's essentially what I'm going to be getting up to today. And I also did some other cool stuff today. So in addition to setting all of this up, I literally set this all up this morning. It took me like 4 hours, or maybe 3 or 4 hours. And then in addition to all of that shit, I set up so I set up this projector, as you can see in the picture. So in the camera view at the bottom of the screen. So that camera or that projector is not projecting right now. What happened? I don't know. But as soon as I go to start talking about it, it stops working. Is it because... Yeah, there it goes. I don't know. Anyway, there we are. So so the another cool thing, there's so many cool things happening with this. So I actually was trying to set this all up, and I had kind of this I had this issue where my video card has 4 monitor outputs, and so I have 3 monitors, which Rex has correctly joined the channel. Oh yeah, that's my this thing. Whatever, never mind, it's a chat thing. I'm learning about streaming still, guys. I used to stream years ago, and I haven't done it in a few years, and it's not completely different, but there's just like a lot more you can do now, which is great. And I love the fact that you can like stream to multiple services at once, and internet is faster than it was like 5 years ago, and computers are faster than they were 5 years ago. And I just built this brand new computer so it can do all of the streaming stuff like no problem, and like nothing that I'm doing on stream is particularly hard on the CPU, because everything I'm doing is meant to be eventually done portably. So eventually, I would like to be able to take this on the road and go show up at clubs and have, I don't know, use their video monitor, I guess. I don't think I would bring my own projector, but maybe for like small parties, I could bring my own projector. And actually, on that, so the really cool thing that I figured out is there's this app called Space Desk, and Space Desk actually lets you wirelessly stream your desktop to like different sources. So you can use it as a touchscreen. So basically, I have figured out that I could use my old Fire tablet as a touchscreen for this, which is, and it works over USB. So even if I don't have internet, it'll still work, which is great because, if you're playing a show in some random person's basement, you don't necessarily want to get on their Wi-Fi or the club Wi-Fi or whatever, or set up a hotspot on your phone. I don't even know if hotspots work if you don't have phone service. I don't know. So, and I do have a portable router, but that's like a whole other thing. I used to actually use a portable router with my old shows because I had multiple touchscreens that I was connecting wirelessly. And back then I was using Mira from Max for Live to actually control my set, which it's kind of crazy that I've been doing this stuff for so long, because like I've actually built so many different versions of my live setup, and they're all have different advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of this current iteration is that it relies on more on endless, which for the actual like doing of the looping. So I don't have to like use a janky looper. Like my looper that I created, it's cool. Well, it's more like a loop manager or something like that. It's just like a system of different plugins for Ableton that would like help you. It's a retrospective looper. So you would like capture a loop. Oh no, I'm offline. The fuck? Yeah, so my internet like sometimes just randomly goes out, and it could be because I just need a new network cable. I think I might get a new network cable because I literally think that could be the problem with my internet going out, because it's kind of a shitty old cable. but I have another one that's newer, but it doesn't reach all the way to where my computer is. So that's why I don't use it, but I should just, I actually have these little, anyway, I'm just rambling now. So I'm going to go ahead and open my set, and then we're going to try to figure out how the hell do I send MIDI. Oh wait, that's right. So I'll just do that right now. So, oh, my internet went out again. Wonderful. Okay. My internet keeps going out, and because I'm not a professional streamer, I kind of don't care. So we'll figure that out later. It looks like everything is able to reconnect uh somehow. I don't know why, but my visuals are like on one of the screens are not supposed to be, but it's not really messing anything up, so I don't really care. All right. Really the most important thing that I need to do is not to do with Resolume at this point. First thing we're gonna do is just figure out how in the hell do I map this to MIDI, and this app is not that complicated. So there's a MIDI tab. All right. Okay, so there's different MIDI devices. So I have this one, I called it to Resolume. I probably should have called it to Nest Drop because that's what it actually is. I called it the wrong thing. I don't know if I don't know if I can rename it. I'll just say to, there's never really anything going to be from Nest Drop. So I'll just say, call it Nest Drop because that way we know what it is. I don't think I'm going to send, I think I'm going to send OSC to Resolume. Maybe. I guess I could send MIDI. But OSC is just like a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and just assume I'm going to send OSC. Oh, good. So Nest Drop actually immediately updated. That's good. Good, good, good. All right. So this is tiny, tiny text. Drag and drop a MIDI device to an empty queue window. Oh, it's like this? Is that what I do? Like this? Oh, an empty queue window. Okay, so I'm going to do another queue window. Drop this in. Okay. Okay, so now 2. Trigger the buttons, keys, or knobs, and it will be auto-detected. Okay, so then I'll just kind of I'm gonna go to configure. I'm gonna select, I don't need input. I don't need sync for any, or no, do I need remote? Yes, I do. You know, I need sync? I don't think so. Do I need tracking? Output? Yes, that's exactly what I need. Tracking output. So, Nest Drop. So I'll hit monitor in. And then I'll just do doot. Use the QWERTY keyboard. Oh, gotta hit M first. M. Okay, so now I'm sending MIDI, and over in Nest Drop, we are using, let me make Ableton smaller. Close that. And apparently, huh. Interesting. So it's like there's slots, and I didn't press the keys in maybe the order that I would have liked these scenes to be. So it's just like adding a new scene every time it detects a MIDI, which I don't know if I want. Let's see. Ready to MIDI map. Drag and drop presets, all the things onto the MIDI note button in the MIDI cue window. Got it. You can map the deck effects by drag and dropping the MIDI control buttons onto the sliders in the settings window. By dragging what? The MIDI. Oh, okay. So dragging this. So if I drag in, okay. Can I rearrange these and make them in the order I like? Looks like maybe I can. I want to put this one over here because it makes sense. Do. I don't even know if like this is what I want to do. I guess I could just start over again if I want to. So then you can map deck effects. Okay, I understand that kind of. If the MIDI clock is detected, it'll appear in the MIDI cue window. So I don't really know much about what these. Okay, so we've got. Oh, so you can actually map this frame rate somehow. Animation speed. So I haven't even really screwed around with these controls ever. But apparently I can map these. Zoom speed. Like, I guess maybe. I don't know. Sprout Alpha. I mean, these aren't like exactly tons of controls here, but it's nice that they give you something. And then, oh, MIDI clock. That's cool. So if I send clock, let's figure out if I can send clock. That's actually pretty sweet. So yeah, send output port, no drop sync. There it goes. And look at that. So we have clock. So what happens now? I have the clock. This is not syncing to my clock. So drag and drop the MIDI clock onto the BPM label. Like that, perhaps. So now when I change the clock, it'll do that, which is cool, I guess. So now I guess I don't really know like what is the advantage of having the BPM other than the only thing I have to actually read the manual because there's more info. I've never actually had to like read the manual of this thing because it definitely seems like it's not that complicated, but it's a little complicated. Like let's not you know, let's not say that it's not complicated because it clearly is. What else can I say about this? They came out with the Pro version. Pro version looks cool, but I'm not. I don't think I need it. I think I'm good with this version. They want $25 more for it. I actually like tried to download it from the email link they sent me, and it didn't work. So I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna actually check my email and see if they responded because that would be. Charlie, give me 1 second here. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But whatever. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool. Hopefully they can get me the new version at some point, but whatever. Okay, so we have clock. I don't really know again what clock does. Another cool thing is that, this doesn't seem to be working at the moment. but it's supposed to the audio should be responding to my voice right now. Yeah, so input from what? Logitech. I was using my yeah, if you stop the deck and restart it, so basically as soon as you hey, see, there you go. There it goes. Hey, hey. Yeah. So basically the easiest way to get the audio responding, you can like wire it directly in from your not wire it. Well, you could wire it. Yeah, I could grab a headphone out, but like you have to loop back the audio, and like unfortunately it doesn't. I have to use like voice meter or something, which voice meter is not always the most stable thing on your system. So I'd rather just not use it. I had, what is it called, like Banana or something? Voice meter. They have all like that is a very interesting app. Banana, yeah, there's another one called Banana. Another one called Potato, and I feel like they're all just like they're all free. I actually like don't understand. It's one of those things where like sometimes it's just really, really high quality software that's free. I guess OBS is like that. It's like, how is this free? It's so good. This is not free, but it's based on free software, so I don't know. Sometimes you feel weird about that, but you know what? It is actually, it does actually add a lot of value because you can actually use all these. And these are really cool presets. I mean, this is all. A lot of this is based on community work. Like a lot of these presets are, boop, 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 boop. See, you can like it moves with your voice. It's actually I like this one a lot. Let me throw this in my queue. I hadn't seen this one before. Actually, yeah, today, like a lot, when I said it took me 4 hours to set this up, a lot of those 4 hours was literally just like looking at these different presets and like being in awe of them because they are really cool. Boop, 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 boop. It's so fun. Save. Let's save this. Save. Because this is one of those things where it like you always have to remember how stuff save. I was messing around with this for a little bit and it didn't save what I did, so remember to save, boys and girls. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna like X this out. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of. I think if you like close a queue window, it's like gone forever. So also watch out for that. Don't close your queue windows. You can minimize them, but if you X them out, they're like basically gone. So if you like, and I don't know, there's like, I have to figure out how to like organize presets because I'd like to, instead of just putting them in my queues, I'd like to actually like if there's like a more permanent way to like either rate presets or categorize presets by like different things. Let's look at this one real quick. Yeah. Whoa. This one. All right, so next thing to do is simply to load up my, oh, you know what? This is going to be annoying because, well, it's all right. I might have to stop the stream again, but no, we're not going to worry about that right now. All I'm going to worry about, I might not even get to like jam tonight in case anybody cares about that, but all I'm going to be doing is screwing around with visuals because that's just what I feel like doing today. And I truly, I thought about it tonight. I was thinking about it tonight, and I was feeling kind of down because the freaking news is like so depressing all the time, and it's really starting to get to me. And it doesn't usually get to me, but it's really getting to me. And so I almost like wasn't gonna stream or do anything tonight, but then I decided I would just work on what I really want to work on. And that happens to be doing live visuals. So I want to definitely have this channel be a place where I can talk about live visuals because a couple different reasons. One is I just don't think that many people talk about it, and clearly people, like, you go on TikTok. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say the majority, but there's a lot of people who are doing like really, really, really cool stuff with live visuals, like just streaming from their house. So clearly, people either they're teaching themselves to do it, and when I was trying to learn how to do this stuff, there was like basically no information. I had to just like download a bunch of software and like screw around with it, which I guess was fun. But all right, so this is my set, as you guys have seen. What I need to do is I need to set up some tracks for the purposes of live visuals. So I'm going to make a new MIDI track. I'm just going to call this nest drop. Output is going to go nest drop. And then I'm not going to map any CCs. I'm just going to map, channel 1 is fine. I'm just going to map starting at the lowest note you can do, C-2. I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to go up. And it's probably a way to automate this, but oh man, I just thought of I'm having a potential problem with Ableton right now, which is where it doesn't like wanna, every time I load up the set, it makes me like reselect. If anybody knows how to not have it do this, LPX MIDI port 2, like I have to select this every time. But it worked on this one, LPX MIDI port 2, I gotta like select it every single time. And I think actually the patch shows what to do. User 2 input and output to LPX MIDI port 2 channel 1. That's what I did. And then this one, I guess, is set up like that. And then the rest of them are good. So I don't know. I'm very like annoyed about that particular problem. I might have to, I don't know, but let me see. Are these like because they're old channels? It might be like something I could just like delete the track and then remake it. Like it might be because it's from an old version of Ableton. There's like something about the track that is weird. I guess that could be it. I should try that. These are, let's just make sure looping is off because they're not going to be loops. And I mean, maybe they should be loops though. So here's the thing. I know Ableton has these new features that I don't really understand, where you can select multiple MIDI clips at once, which is never a thing before in earlier versions. So I don't know. This is cool though. So if I make a new MIDI clip, it'll be a random color. Oh no, it won't. Actually, it should be. I think that's a setting I can do. Auto assign track colors. Clip color random. There we go. So now let's see what happens if I select all of these. I'm gonna do that. I do that. See, like, focus. I don't know what I just did. I just put some MIDI notes in a clip. Um, I guess they will be loops because the reason is if I'm playing this on a push or any other controller, I want to be able to tell what thing I have selected. So I was like, whatever. And also, why is this? I want to. There we go. Sharps. But I have sharps. You can't have me doing flats. People like flats. Oh no. Oh, I see. Is that per clip? Goodness. See, again, I don't know this version of Ableton that well, but you know, I'm learning. So then we got D sharp, E. I did this a dumb way. I'm just going to duplicate, move up. Duplicate. This is how I usually do it. Move up. Actually, duplicate keeps the clip selected, which is nice. I think in older versions, or at least maybe in Bitwig. Oh, it doesn't do that. I like that. That's probably how it should work. Because like when you duplicate it, you want to edit the new one. You don't want to have the old. Well, I guess that's not necessarily true. All right, so I don't need like too many clips here. I just need 45. Just kidding. I don't need 45. I need a certain amount. Okay. How many is that? 15. Let's go full 16 here. All right. So did I do it right? If I select all of these clips, what I... Oh, what do you do? It's not available. You can only edit up to... Oh, only 8 clips. That's interesting. So yeah, I should see 8 notes. If I select 8 clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I see 8 notes. And I got G minus 2 and G sharp. Yep, I did it right. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I don't have to ever do that again. I think I actually made a patch for Max for Live that actually does that automatically. Because I was such a waste of time, honestly, but I think I didn't have a job or something at the time. So, but of course, I don't remember exactly what it does. Maybe it did like program change messages, or maybe you could customize it, but it just like looped. It did like had a loop, and it would like create clips for you, and I don't remember why. Oh, I think it was for CliffX. You could have it do CliffX clips, and I don't think I need CliffX for anything lately. Although CliffX can be quite useful. All right, so I want to have this quantized. I think I want to have, well, I'm thinking what I think I might want to do is just like have, at least for now. Well, let me map these before I do anything else. So let's go ahead. Actually, you know what I'll do? I will actually just do launch. Follow act. That's weird. Again, this didn't used to have a thing like that. And then what is this linked? Well, actually triggered at the end of the clip or after the clip is played a number of times. Oh, this is all completely different. Very interesting. Oh yeah, and there's follow actions for like scenes too, right? I think maybe somehow. Or you can like turn off follow actions. I don't know. That's crazy stuff. All right, so I want there to be. I like how Bitwig has the alternate. Like you hold shift and launch it, and it does a different thing. But all right, so what I want to do is, how do I determine how fast it cycles through? By basically by the clip length, I think. So can I bulk decrease the length? I don't think so. All right, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna stop everything. Then I'm gonna go to, let's see, my Nest Drop main window, which is not this one. This one. Then I'm gonna add a new video deck. Then I'm going to go to the settings window. This is actually a lot of things. Then I'm going to drag nest drop into this. Ah, it has detected the clock right away. That's kind of nice, I guess. And now I can sync the clock to. Looks like that was already done, but whatever. Now I'm going to hit play. I don't know what's happening. N0 channel 0. Huh. That's all of them. All right, so then stop that. I want to turn off the follow actions. Then I'm going to hit that button. Why are all of them triggering at once? What? Is it because, oh, it's because, okay, that's what happened when I edited that MIDI clip. So actually, this entire thing is not what I wanted it to be. I fucked it all up. Okay, we're gonna do that all over again because I fucked that all up. So try again. Follow action. New window. Okay, drag this in. All right. Play. Oh, the clock got in there. That's okay. We learned that I can manually rearrange it. So I don't know if these clips have names or what. Because if they do, I mean, I guess they must, right? But why doesn't it show me the name? I don't know. Don't know. By the way, okay. Just looking at my chat. All right, so why is it taking so long? Oh, it's going through a second time. Yeah, that's what's happening. I wasn't paying attention. So now that's what happens. You get bored. Stop paying attention. So it's quantized. It's quantized to whatever, like 1/2 bar, I guess. I don't know if that's the default for Ableton now or if that's, I don't know, but whatever, doesn't matter. Quantize, that's fine. Clock, I'm going to move that to the bottom. So now we basically have 16 clips. And if I drag, let's see what happens if I drag this to there. Okay, so it copies it. So I'm going to go ahead and just like, what are, and I mean, these are all good. These are ones I've already all like vetted as being dope, especially the ones that are like more lines, because I think lines look good when they're projected. This one's cool. This one looks like fire. Lines are cool. I already did this one. More lines. So that's like not so busy. It's obviously like busy, but obviously, and there's some stuff that's like very, very fucking busy. And so, oh, right. So then, let's see, 12. So 15. I don't know if I just name them 0, 1. I hit tab and go to the next one. No, I can't. 3, 4, 5. Man, sorry guys. It's not the most fun thing. 9, 10, 11. Oh, my alarm's going off because it's 10 o'clock. And there's certain obligations I have at 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, Maybe this is all I'm gonna end up getting to tonight, which is kind of crazy. So then this one is one that I wanted to do is 12. Let's try 12. Nice. So this is actually really easy to set up. Now that I do have this set up, I'm gonna again go back and hit save in Nestshop. And I gotta also, I started like doing much better about taking notes when I set things up so that I don't have to like go back and every time I get a new computer, like set this all up again. Cause that's what I've been doing for the past like few months is just like setting up everything on my new computer and it takes forever because you're like, how do I set this up? It's so complicated, like streaming stuff and video stuff and music stuff is the least complicated because it's like you download a plugin, you install it, and you just have to like find all the files that you are missing, which is definitely not like that easy, but it's all right. Well, cool. So short and the long of it is this works. I literally have MIDI controlled visuals right now in Ableton. It's projecting onto me. And there's a lot more I can do with this, but oh, that looks cool. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it's one of these like morphing ones. Anyway, let's check out this one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh wait, right, because this is like re-triggering. Anyway, what's the next thing? All right, so the next thing is I gotta figure out, okay, so I got my chaos pad, right? And this thing, as you can see over here, when I hit it, it sends MIDI. You can see it's sending MIDI. We all understand that. So what I would like to do is, okay, so Resolume is actually over here. And I had kind of like some ideas about mapping some stuff to Resolume. So I don't know like what the easiest way to just do a MIDI mapping is. Like I know that there's like MIDI, there's a lot of different ways to do stuff in Max for Live. And one of the ways is just to literally just make your own patch. But hold on a minute. Oh, see, like I gotta figure out a way to not have my windows all pop up like that. Let me think for a sec. What am I doing? Maybe if I just don't have I set a different window as my primary window, perhaps. It's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so let me think for a sec. I need my Resolume Max for Live patches. And I downloaded a bunch. I don't know if they've been updated. Somebody has made these and they're very good. And I have modified some of them. So this is one of the ones. Oh, they want you to like use this master thingy. O1 sync. I actually don't like it when Resolume syncs to my computer or to Ableton. For some reason it's I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't matter, but in my experience it wasn't working well. So somewhere on my hard drive there. Yeah, there's this. I think I had one that was like called like sync no sync. Sync with channels. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I have a couple different ones. One of them is called Sync with Channels. I actually have no idea what that means. So, what does it mean? I don't know. But apparently, I need this for anything to work. So, um, this is the most recent version I have of this of my own mod. So I'm just gonna assume it works. So what I'm gonna do is just look for here it is. So I have this one. This is called Resolume drum. What is it called? Where does it tell me what it's called? Resolume drum rack stop zero fix. So I don't know. I just remember that this was useful. I think it's like it takes MIDI from like a drum rack or anywhere, and then like it sends it, and then you can like select different clips and Resolume with it. It was actually not something I want to do. So yeah. How about layer dashboard? That's one of them. So I have a lot of mods of other people's patches. Because that's the thing about Max for Live is like you'll find something and it'll like do like 98% of what you're trying to do, and then it won't do exactly what you're trying to do. So this is dashboard in Resolume. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of move this over so we can see Resolume. And what I should be able to do is select, like this is layer 3, right? So I select layer 3 and I move this in a nice happy world that would move something in layer 3. So layer 3 dashboard. So it's not doing that. It could be because OSC is not turned on. That's probably why. Edit OSC. No, that's not what I want. Preferences maybe. Input. Yes. So now let's see if that works. No. Layer dashboard. This is a layer. This is a layer dashboard. This is layer 3. This is layer 2. So let's see what else it could be. Well, this is the local host, and this is setting 7,000. So that should be good. The stream should be called I Troubleshoot Resolume. But that's kind of what you got to do when you're setting this stuff up. It's not, nothing ever works on the first try. I could just use MIDI, but I like OSC. I like these plugins. They tend to work. I know it's not working now. Oh, there's an API. That's interesting. And And they have like this wire thing, which I have not even looked into, but it looks cool. All right, well, there's a couple things I can do. One thing I can do is just kind of open up Max. And hopefully, I have not actually tried to open up Max in Ableton 12 yet. So we'll see if it works. All right, so I like Max 8's been out a while. I wonder if they're ever going to come out with Max 9. All right, so if I try to remember the hotkeys here. Okay, so it looks like this is. Is this actually sending my. Is this what I'm sending? Oh, look at that. So this is actually sending composition layers 3 dashboard link. So, oh wait. You know what? It could be because I don't have anything mapped, or is it actually working? Oh yeah, it is working. So there you have it. It's so dark, I wasn't seeing it. So one of the things I was like, maybe I should do is, boy oh boy. So let's see. Brightness contrast on this. I want to turn up the brightness. Turn up the opacity for this. And then this linescape, we need, oh, fuzziness is all the way down. That's fine. Okay, so cool. So basically, like, what I wanted to do is like have it so that when I start using the chaos pad, it like starts here, like off, and then as I like move it around, it like goes more and more intense like that. And then also this this little opacity here can kind of go like this, and until it gets like really intense, and then it's like whoa. Except it's not really working how I want it to. So what is the other deck playing right now? It's playing, I'm assuming this. Oh, there it goes. It wasn't playing anything. That's why it wasn't working. So yeah, so like now this line, quote unquote, is now a mask that like makes this thing. So as it goes, it starts low, it gives you this, gives you a little more, a little more, a little more until it's doing this. And you've practically got the whole thing. Now, what I could do is find like some better better stuff. So one thing I actually don't know the answer to is like, why is this playing deck 1? And how do I make it trigger deck 2? Anybody knows, let me know. But yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I can have this do deck 2 instead of deck 1. That would be good. But I need to also figure out like how do I map, like how do I take the incoming MIDI and have it like move these, and then how do I have like these move these? Well, I guess I know the answer to some of that. So the answer to some of that is just map it to these. So we've got line width. So line width is going to get mapped. So I think I just hit this and then I do dashboard, but it's like mapping to this dashboard. Oh, I don't don't think that this dashboard is mappable with any of these freaking patches that I have, which is really annoying. Wait a minute. 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 Is it doing what I want it to do? It's not doing it. Is it doing it? Oh. That's weird. All right. Well, anyway, now this. I don't think I can actually map this to this. I think this is like something else. And I don't honestly know how to map that. So maybe it might actually end up being something where I'm just going to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to use MIDI. So for now, anyway. And I've never actually MIDI mapped in Resolume. So, but at this point, it's getting late. I want to make sure that we actually get something done. So I'll say Resolume. We're not going to be sending any MIDI from Resolume, so we don't need to say from or to Resolume. Then I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to say MIDI track. I'm going to call it Resolume. This one, I'm actually going to send a MIDI coming from, I believe this is where I have my chaos pad hooked up into my machine right now in the MIDI jack. So then this will go out to, I just made the new thing, so I'm going to have to go to configure and do, it's not called to Resolume. So I don't know if I have to restart Ableton to get it to. Maybe what I can do, I think when you like turn on MIDI mapping mode, sometimes it like refresh, or at least in the old version of Ableton, it would like refresh your shit, but it didn't do that. Is there a way I can refresh this shit? No. Shoot. I guess I should have left the to Resolume in there after all. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. I'm gonna just try to restore Ableton. Okay. Well, we're almost there. I think just MIDI mapping is going to be better for now, just because like messing around with Max for Live, just to like, I might, and after all, I might be changing my mind on like how I want this all to work. So it doesn't really make sense for me to spend too long. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's just how it goes. What is this Pomodoro? I have a Pomodoro Max for Live patch. I guess I can show you guys my patches. Oh, it didn't work. Anyway, live 12. Number doesn't understand HTML. So now, just quickly, MIDI out, configure. There it is. Should I do track and sync? No. Just gonna do. I think it's because I think the reason that I didn't want to use sync at some point is because I used to do like MIDI triggered like clips. So I would like have a like let's see, how did I used to do? I used to do more like when I would DJ, I would like do more stuff with visuals sometimes, or at least I had it set up that way. So like I would be able to like have a big build up, and then when you're DJing, like you don't actually have to do anything when the drop comes in. It just comes in, right? You're like doing all the stuff ahead of the drop, and then when the drop, like in that moment, you kind of just don't do anything. So when it came to like doing the visuals, it was fun to like actually do something at that moment, make some kind of like visual explosion. Basically, I did like a big flash, like an old, remember the old Mega Man games, everything would just go flash to white. I mean, that's basically what it is. Or lots of games, I suppose. Anyway, so now I'm gonna see what happens if I just, oh, it's gonna be like, I just realized, trying to think like what the best way to map this is, because if I turn that off, what happened to the, oh, this turned off for some reason. See, if I turn this off, you get the back. So yeah, what I think I'll do is I'll map this to like the Z axis if I can. So I'm gonna go, I guess I have to go back into preferences. I gotta go into MIDI. Oh, and Resolume also needs to be restarted. So I'm gonna save, quit, save and quit, Resolume. And then finally, I'm going to go to, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Not composition settings. Go to preferences. Go to MIDI, Resolume, MIDI input. Don't care about the other two. Then I'm going to go to I don't know. Where's, like, there's two controls. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so this opacity I'm going to map to this dashboard, I suppose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable MIDI mapping. Output. Edit MIDI, and then let's see if just tapping this does anything. No. So either, okay, I gotta set the input to in, that's why. Okay, so this is going, okay, so I haven't actually selected Resolume over here. There we go. So now CC92 is the Z, is like on off or Z axis or whatever. That's all I wanted to do there. So then I'm going to go to layer 3. So now basically when I hold, when I push down on this pad, that's when this appears. When I let go, it disappears. That was like basically one aspect of this. So the second aspect is going to be this line width, right? So then that's going to be a different MIDI. So that's going to be, I don't know, I think it'll be like the x-axis. So that's CC13, right? So I'm going to hold this down, and then I'm going to, without releasing, I'm going to let go. So that basically means, and when I push this up, it does that. Boom. Boom. And then when I move over to the right, that's when I'm going to increase the this opacity to some extent. So I'm gonna go, maybe I don't need all the way up like that, but maybe I need like, oh wait, like, I don't know. Yeah, like that 0, and like that's just like a little bit of flashy. And maybe like also the brightness comes up too as you do it. So like I'm gonna map this to the dashboard. I'm gonna map this to the dashboard, and they're just gonna go both on this first one, and then I'm gonna MIDI map this opacity is already mapped. So actually what we want to do is map somehow I think that'll do it. Oh wait, no, I messed up. It's all mapped in the same thing somehow. I didn't see that coming. No, it's not all mapped on the same, but it shouldn't be mapped on, they shouldn't be mapped on the same one, I guess. I don't know. I guess again, I kind of messed that one up. I don't know how. I thought that it would be, what happened? I'm confused. I thought opacity was over here. So when I was doing this, what was moving around? This opacity. So what's this opacity? Oh, okay. This is okay. So I think all that happened here. I get what happened. All that happened here is I just selected the wrong. I didn't even mean to. I was trying to do something completely wrong there. And then, oops. See, the thing is like, okay, you're gonna delete this because we don't need that one. And then I'm gonna. The tricky thing about this is that it always sends a MIDI message when you pull off. So you have to like press on, and then without letting go, you exit MIDI mapping, and then it lets you do it. So now I go up to go. Of course, now it's not working. Maybe it unmapped when I was messing around. Let's go to like the landscape. No, I see it moving. Oh, I see left to right. That's that. And then up and down should be. It's not though. I messed up. I forgot. I forgot. Wait a minute. No, up and down should be the size of the line, right? I thought that's what I was saying I was going to do all along. It's just 13. Okay. So now what? Now nothing because it's not working. Oh, wait a minute. Is it because wait a minute. It seems like all the dashboard over here is mapping to the same. I thought it was different. But okay, so let's say okay. This is making more sense now because I guess these both share a control, which doesn't really make sense to me why that would be the case, but you know. So let's go to MIDI again, and let's put this at 12 now. And now do we have the effect we're going for? Yep, I think so. Okay, so now I have to like basically tweak it because I don't want this kind of strobe effect going like so bright. Like I want to Let's see. Dial range. I'm going to bring. Oh. Oh, wait. I see. Yeah, not. Like the brightness shouldn't be like so bright that it goes all the way to white. And the contrast actually. And then I kind of like want other stuff to happen too. But maybe I could just like, I don't know. Is that too subtle? Or is it like, is it too much? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's fun though. All right. Well, that was my attempt at mapping this XY thing. And it, it does a thing. Now this line thing has a lot of cool options though. And I could act, you know what I could do is like, actually, I need to try this. I don't even know actually what my options are with this because it looks like if I have a different clip here, I could actually map the thing completely differently. So I could do maybe like, so that's just the bright, like that's the strobe up and down, like north to south. East to west is whatever. No, up and down. I'm wrong again. Strobe is left and right. Up and down is something going on with this. So I could actually say this clip. Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me just double check here. Yeah, that's right. So then this brightness opacity thing. But, no. I'm a little bit like yeah, you can make it real small and go real big. But not like that big. And then this one over here, I guess you can go real small. Or I should change the. I don't like that. Like, anything that's like very, very busy for the background, so that like when it bleeds through, it's like really intense. Like something that has like yeah this or something. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I need. Something that has like a lot of intensity in the background. Or just like, oh, that's cool. It's like explosions. And then in the foreground, I just have like minimal kind of shit. Let me stop this so it stops retriggering, and then so I think in like one of these things I have kind of more minimal stuff. So not only is it audio responsive, but now it's responsive to my finger to some extent. Okay, so this background, I don't know if it's what we want, but I'm just trying to find like what's something cool that's like kind of like constantly moving that I can like have in the background to come in over it. That's cool. This one, but like also like not, I don't know. It's got to be it's got to be cool. And it can't be like too psychedelic, I guess. I'm not trying to go for like psychedelic here with this set. I'm trying to go for like light show, but not like I'm on mushrooms kind of light show, I guess. If that makes sense. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not quite the vibe. Now this is cool. Now the other problem is that I don't have like the audio right now, like going, like blasting. So it's only picking up my voice as the audio responsive. So some of these probably would be more intense if they had Like that's cool though. Like I put my finger down and then I kind of bring it up. It's probably too subtle, honestly, for you guys to see. But this one looks big, like a big white thing, you know? Do. You know, I almost want like big sound. I need like constant sound. I should just turn on some background music, but I gotta go soon, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, anyway, this is cool. I get to play with this with my finger. um, bam, 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 bam. So anyway, yeah, this comes in as I move the effect around. That's my whole. That's the whole point of this. And then looks like it's just like a big white explosion. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I want. It's like a big white explosion. I should put this in my Q2. So Q2 is going to be. Damn it, where'd it go? Which one did I click? Usually it has like a little reticule around it. Oh, this one maybe. It was this one. No, I accidentally put this one in the foreground. This one goes in the background. I'll put like this in the foreground. Oh wait, I can't select. I don't know. It's annoying. You can't select from there. I can select from here though. So this one looks like big cross thing, and then I'm kind of like bringing in this weird white kind of thing. Okay, cool. So what I realized I never knew about this app is that I could actually have different macros for every single clip, and that is freaking cool. So what can I do with that? Well, this doesn't have enough color. So I'm always complaining. I can never. It's like the Goldilocks situation over here. Okay, this one at least has color. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let me throw that one in the queue. There we go. See, I'm like bringing in the filter, and it does that. So anyway, the point is, my point was that although line width was one thing that I could do, I could also like change, for instance, the direction, the position, the speed, the height. So if as I bring this up, you get kind of crazy effects like this instead. So now with this scene selected, it's like kind of more stroby, and with this scene selected, it's kind of more weird and kind of trippy. And I know I said I didn't want to do trippy, but maybe like I could bring up, like I could do assign this so that it gets more crazy over time. So then let's bring the direction back to the center. That does look cool. And when it's small, when I just bring in the filter like way down here and it's barely on, you get the lines, and then you bring them up, they start to strobe and pulse. And then I could possibly like add bloom. That might be a good idea actually. I don't know if it would actually really work, but I could also add another layer and add bloom on that layer so that bloom is added. You know, that's a good idea. Layer, add a new layer. It's just going to be bloom. Oops, that's not an effect. Or that's not effects. And then bloom, and then this is, you know, dashboard is still mapped. So whatever I map to the dashboard up here is gonna be working for me. So I'll just kind of do amount. Like, what does the amount do? threshold. I don't know. I don't honestly even know like what. Okay, that looks pretty cool. It actually looks really freaking cool. How cool does that look, right? So we would just um go up here and do, I guess I'll just do, I don't know, honestly. If you do size, that's really cool. Like some, like, I think I want, you kind of like, I think you can actually customize these pretty cool. So like, what do I want? I want when I come to the right, it gets bigger, or come to the, go this way. Yeah, this way maybe. And so like, what I can do is have it so that from here to here, it comes all the way up in opacity like pretty quick. And then in the rest of the range, we're just talking about like modifying the size or something. So we'll come here, dashboard, and I'll do, goes from there to there. So as you can see, so it comes up quite nicely as over time there. And then over here we get the strobe effect. So this is getting really cool. Let's see how that looks over here on the other effect. So, oh, you got a little bit of bloom anyway on here. So why is that? I don't know. Is it because this wasn't selected? Is it only apply to stuff that's selected? Oh. It does only apply to things that are selected. That's kind of lame. I don't like that. I thought it was going to apply to everything that had that control. I mean, it's so cool. I just want it to be actually how it works. So if I have a layer, again, if I have this layer selected, I bring this down here, that doesn't affect this. So kind of a bummer. What I could do actually, that would, you know what I could do? I know what I could do. I could just put this on the layer itself. So now, although it's a different control, so I would have to then, oh, and it automatically like puts that macro there. So that's kind of cool. So now I would just have to decide. Oops, I didn't mean to do. What did I just do? Okay, yeah, that's what I did. So I'd have to just decide like what I want to, like how this is gonna work. Actually, no. I like it better applying to both layers though. So I actually like it better when, oh, I see. The bloom that I moved to this layer moved out of the clip, but it didn't actually. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out like. It does look cool. Maybe another thing I could possibly do is just like send well, I guess what I could do is I could put the bloom on this layer. There we go. That's what I want to do. I figured it out. So now this layer, dashboard, I could map. Wait, where'd it go? No, this bloom goes here now. and I don't bypass it. And that way opacity can do that. So then I just have to figure out like what, like where the opacity. So I think what I'll do is just do, I mean, it looks really cool. So I'm just going to have it apply everywhere, everywhere that I'm doing that. That's what I've decided. I don't know. It's just, I'm just screwing around here, but this is all meant to sort of be like somewhat generative in the sense that it kind of goes on its own and I don't need to necessarily babysit it or like do lots of stuff. So like if there's more ways where I can add effects to this without, like, I just had an idea of like you could have like a MIDI, you could have drum pads and then you could sort of like have it so that like every time a drum pad is hit, like an envelope like is triggered and like does something on the screen, not necessarily like taking over the whole screen, maybe just like there's a sprite or there's like a something and it just kind of like comes in. The problem with this is yeah, it's not selected. So like these like generator like effects that I'm doing only work when this thing is selected. So if I select this, oh, this still looks really cool though. So I just have to like, I don't know. I don't exactly know like what the workaround. There might be a workaround for this. If I could map it. There's also like composition. Like, I don't know. I guess this is like across the whole. I see that's like across the whole composition, obviously. But like, could I map? What you want to be able to do is to map stuff like this in some global way where I don't have to like deal with it. So I'll have to look into like mapping clip dashboards and stuff like that. You know, I mean, edit MIDI. I mean, I could, I don't know. It seems strange that that's the only way to map it. All right, well, we've done a lot of mapping and this is going to be cool for the next time I do a jam, which hopefully will be tomorrow. So tomorrow I have no more excuses. I'm going to jam tomorrow and, you know, January, it's January, so I got to jam, right? I think I'll probably jam like earlier in the day, so it won't be like at a prime time, but yeah. It's just been like, oh, fun hangout stream. I will be on. I'll be doing this more. This is going to be like my new thing. Thursdays and Sundays, I'm thinking. So if y'all like any of this content, Ableton Live, Resolume, I do so many different things. I do Max for Live, I do AI stuff. I'm going to be eventually hopefully doing, I want to learn Tool, which is like a generative thing for, it's open source. Open source motion graphics, like, looks really cool and it's real time and you can like build all kinds of crazy effects and then hopefully like I would like to figure out how to change those effects using AI. Although I don't really know. I love this whole procedural motion graphics idea though. Very, very interesting. And like now there's AI where you can take a 2D image and it'll make a 3D rendering. So you could like make stuff in on any AI art thing that you could use, and then you could turn that into a 3D model automatically, and then you could put it into something like this and have, you know, procedural graphics coming out of it. Like, it just sounds like we have just have the best tools right now. Of course, they're always getting better, but like there's been a huge leap in what you can do in the past like 2 years or less. So I got to get caught up with it and figure out how exactly do I want to use all this stuff, because, you know, we're going to get Winamp's visualizer thing is cool, but like, you know, I can go much beyond that. So yeah, Circuit Analytic Graphs. I know what that is, I think. It's just a bunch of nodes and you put them together. All right, I'm going to stop the stream now before I keep